What is going on, guys? Evan here from Evan Sports Corner, back with another live stream here on the YouTube channel. Today, we got a Monday Night Football game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we're officially underway with Monday Night Football as the Jaguars return the opening kickoff across the 30. And here we go. A game that coming into the season didn't look like much of a battle or a contest is turned into a really intriguing Monday Night Football matchup here in the early season. Obviously, the Chiefs are trying to get back on track. They haven't exactly had the start that they imagined to this season, partially due to injury, but still, they've had some. They haven't been that elite team yet that we're so accustomed to. And the Jaguars are off to a better start than they have had in the last couple years with Trevor Lawrence, a resurgence from Travis Etienne. As here's Etienne, first carry of the day, and he's going to barrel across for a really solid gain right there. So Etienne getting going early on in this one as I'm still trying to figure this thing out and get it all sorted. There we go. I'll probably move it later. All right, there we go. That should be good. So the Jaguars offense, can they get Brian Thomas Jr. going today as well? That'll obviously be a really interesting storyline. BTJ has been a little slow to start the season as here's Etienne up the middle. Not going to get too much. The Jaguars are back to making Etienne the featured back. They do give Bashul Tutton the ball a little bit, but obviously last year there was kind of a split there between Bigsby and Etienne. Bigsby shipped off to Philly to be a backup over there, and now Etienne is back to being the full-time running back. So it'll be interesting to see how this Jags offense looks today. The Chiefs, always a good team. There's a great team. It's the Steve Spagnuolo defense. See what they can dial up today. Again, the Chiefs 2-2 on the season, needing a win. Lawrence spreading them out wide on 3rd and 2. And Lawrence takes the snap, 4-man rush. He's got time, and he checks it down. Incomplete. He went for Etienne underneath. Pass was defended well by KC, and the Jags will be forced to punt the football here as Tranquil makes a nice play. And we'll watch this play back here, a 5-wide set for KC, or for Jacksonville. And then Lawrence may have had Thomas coming open across the middle. Pressure coming in from Nick Bolden, had to fire it in there, and Drew Tranquil was all over it. So the Jags will be forced to punt the football on their opening drive of the day. So we'll see what happens. Logan Cook to send it away deep into Kansas City territory, and it'll be caught inside the 10. Not a fair catch. The Chiefs go nowhere, and now Mahomes and them will be backed up. So, again, Kansas City hasn't exactly had the greatest start to the season. Here comes Patrick Mahomes, though. Again, an amazing quarterback in Pat. Kansas City hasn't exactly had the greatest start to the season. Here comes Patrick Mahomes, though. Again, an amazing quarterback in Pat. And the Chiefs' offense, pretty healthy now at the moment. They're still without Rashee Rice, who's still suspended from his off the field shenanigans. But they do have the great Xavier Worthy back in the fold, so the Chiefs looked a lot better in their game last week with Xavier Worthy back in action. They start from their own 9-yard line. Again, Kansas City, looking at their record on the season, they've beaten the Giants and the Ravens. As here's Mahomes checking it down. Travis Kelce gets about 9 on that first play. Yeah, the Chiefs lost to the Chargers in a close one in the NFL's Friday night Week 1 game. Barely lost to the Philadelphia Eagles at home. And then again, they've dismantled the Giants and Ravens in back-to-back weeks. They've got the Ravens in complete shambles. You know what Mahomes likes to do to those teams. Chiefs' offensive weapons aren't exactly what I'd call super. They have Xavier Worthy, who's a great player. Isaiah Pacheco is all right. And Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton have some speed on the outside. So here's a 2nd down and 1 for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Mahomes looking for Pacheco. He makes the catch. He's going to have a 1st down, dragged down by Devin Lloyd. And so D. Lloyd makes that tackle, setting up a 1st down and 10 for Kansas City with 12.5 to go in the first. So let's watch this little design here from Andy Reid's offense. Jaguars send a blitz in, leaving the flat open, wide open Isaiah Pacheco. Looks like there's a decent amount of Chiefs fans out in Jacksonville for tonight's Monday night game. Anthony Campanile, first season as the Jags defensive coordinator, seeing they've been off to a good start. As here's Mahomes, play action, has some time, stepping up, running, jump pass is complete all the way to the far side of the field. That's Tyquan Thornton, and Mahomes with a heck of a jump pass right there. That is just the type of play that Patrick Mahomes can make. Not many other quarterbacks in the league will do this. So they run a play action to Pacheco, protection holding up well. Mahomes steps up and then makes a great throw here to a wide open Tyquan Thornton. And you know Patrick Mahomes always slinging it with different arm angles. And in a couple plays, the Chiefs already have the ball at the Jags 41 after starting at their own, or not the Jags, their own 41. After starting at the 9 as Mahomes pitching catch to Kelsey, and they're across midfield. So it'll be a second down and short coming up for KC, maybe second and medium, as Mahomes is already firing. Jags defense, you got Josh Hines, Allen, Eric Armstead. Linebacking core, pretty solid with Foyesade, Oluokun, and Devin Lloyd. And then the secondary, Travis Hunter at corner along with Tyson Campbell. And they got one of the best slot corners in the league in Jordan Lewis. So the Jaguars defense only allowing 18 points per game, 4th best in the NFL. As here's a handoff to Pacheco, flags fly. He's going to pick up the first down after Allen makes the tackle. But again, what is the flag going to be here? And might be on Kansas City from the looks of it. We'll see. And it will be on Kansas City, an illegal formation by the offense. So that'll back them up 5 and bring up a second down and long now. So again, you're just putting yourself behind the chains, not ideal. But Jacksonville's defense has been a strength for them early on in this season, very clearly. If we look at the Jags as opposed to the Chiefs, the Jags 3-1 on the year, with a win over the Carolina Panthers in pretty easy fashion, and a couple other wins over the Texans. Not the most impressive at the moment, but a good win over the 49ers on the road. Lone loss being to the Cincinnati Bengals as Mahomes checks it down over the middle to Hollywood Brown, the veteran wide receiver, who many years ago was an Oklahoma Sooner. Now he's on the Chiefs after being with the Ravens for a few years, and then eventually in Arizona with Kyler Murray. And so Matt Nagy, Chiefs offensive coordinator, and the one thing that's been an issue for Nagy's offense is 6 points in the first quarter for the Chiefs this season total, which is the fewest in the entire NFL. It has not been a good start for the Chiefs this year. 3rd down and 3 for Mahomes. They're across midfield at the Jacksonville 47. Here's Mahomes dropping back. Slant pass incomplete. Going for Kelsey, trying to get him the ball. And it's Travis Hunter, the rookie cornerback out of Colorado, who makes the stop right here in coverage. Lined up one-on-one against Kelsey. Doesn't allow the rub route to affect him. Kind of wraps around Kelsey a bit, but at the end of the day, the ball hit Kelsey in the helmet. Mahomes is pissed. He wanted a flag. Again, Hunter did kind of wrap around Kelsey there, but when the ball hits you in the helmet, you got to call that one in as a tight end. So and Mahomes did not look too happy, though, about the no call. And now 4th down and 3. And Matt Araiza will punt this one away. And it'll be down at about the 15-yard line, 14-yard lines, where it'll be fair caught by the Jags. So nothing going for either team's offense. Chiefs had a little drive going, but they could not finish off anything. And now Trevor Lawrence and the Jags offense will come back out onto the field. So solid start to the game. Both teams filling each other out. Chiefs need to get the ball to Xavier Worthy more instead of getting it to bums like Travis Kelsey. I'm just kidding, but they do need to get Worthy the ball. So the Jaguars, interesting offensive statistics. I'm looking at this right now. Trevor Lawrence is looking a lot better. I don't know. 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. Maybe not. But Travis Etienne is having a strong season, already almost 400 yards rushing, averaging 6 yards per carry. He has been a big part of this team's success early on. But the main thing for the Jaguars is they got to pick up their passing attack. Like I said, I just looked at Trevor Lawrence's numbers. He's not doing too great. And again, the Jaguars' leading receiver through the first few weeks of this season is Brenton Strange, their tight end. No one on the Jags has over 200 yards. Brian Thomas Jr. had an amazing rookie year. He has not had that big-time sophomore campaign. Travis Hunter, in his limited role at wide receiver, he has only 118 yards. I mean, you got to get to your playmakers. Again, shout out to Strange. He's having a good season, but you got to get Brian Thomas Jr. the football and Travis Hunter whenever he's in on offense. Those are your playmakers. Those are your guys who need the ball in their hands. Again, especially BTJ. There's no reason for him not to be getting the football a lot. I mean, for goodness sakes, BTJ has one game this year over 50 yards. I mean, that's unacceptable. You got to be getting him the ball. It's not for lack of trying. He's getting between 6 to 10 targets a game, but, I mean, again, you got to do a better job. I mean, him having one reception for 11 yards against the Panthers last week, I mean, that's just terrible. They got to get him the ball more. Maybe the throws are bad. I haven't watched again. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've watched a lot of Jaguars football this season, but they got to get him, find ways to get that boy the ball because we know what he's capable of doing. We've seen it. So, yeah, if y'all are listening, man, be sure to click the subscribe button and see what the Jaguars can do here. Again, only 5 passing touchdowns for Lawrence. The Jaguars' offense, not exactly what I'd call insane. But, again, that can all change today. I mean, yeah, their offense is definitely, looking at some of these offensive stats. Yeah, their offense is definitely, looking at total yardage, they're at about middle of the pack because their rushing attack has been pretty solid, no doubt about that. They've had a good rushing attack. ETN's top 5 in the league in rushing, and he's played one less game. So their rushing attack's been good, but their passing attack has been subpar. As Lawrence fakes it to ETN, he's going to roll out, and there goes Trevor Lawrence, and it's incomplete. I thought he was going to try to run for it. A flag is down. Did Lawrence cross that line of scrimmage marker? He may have. Don't think that was a very smart decision by Trevor at all. Yeah, this is just a very stupid decision. He's fully past the line of scrimmage right there when he releases this football. I don't understand what he's doing. Lawrence, again, he has not lived up to that number 1 pick hype whatsoever. And it's just plays like that. He's just very pedestrian. I mean, an illegal forward pass, dude, turn up field. That's just lack of awareness right there. Lost a down penalty, too. I mean, what are you doing, man? He could have easily just ran and picked up 3 or 4 yards, made a solid first down play. And instead, he's just really struggled. Again, very surprising. The Liam Cohen offense has not been able to unlock a little more out of him so far this season. Cohen, obviously the offensive coordinator in Tampa Bay last season, did a great job with Baker Mayfield. I don't get it, man. Second down and 14 from their own 10. Lawrence with ETN in the backfield. Hunter on the field. He motions him inside a bit. And Lawrence going down the field. Batted in the air and deflected. De'Ami Brown, the intended target. The ball got knocked up in the air, though. So Travis Hunter, he's played a pretty decent amount of offensive snaps most weeks. A little less on the defensive side. As here's a third down and 14 from the 10. They just showed that graphic. Chiefs send some pressure. Lawrence checks it down. Brian Thomas Jr. trying to make a crazy play. And he will pick up over 10 yards, but that will not be enough for a first down. And the Jaguars will have to punt the football for the second time today. So not a bad idea. They're getting BTJ the ball in space. He got 12, but he needed 14. Jaguars will be forced to punt the ball here in this first quarter. So Spagnuolo's defense continues to get the job done early on today. And Logan Cook will punt it to Nico Remigio. We'll see where this ball is going to go. Cook punting away. And this one is to about the 30. And Remigio, no fear. He will not fair catch it. It'll be wrapped down immediately by Jacksonville. And so 2 drives down for the Jags offense here on Monday Night Football. Nothing giving from the Chiefs defense. Jaguars and Chiefs 0-0. So Again, I see what the problem is. I mean, Lawrence just does not look good. I mean, he's out here. He's missing passes, making dumb decisions. I mean, you can't set your team behind the chains on first down because of a freaking illegal forward pass. You just can't do it. I mean, that's just so stupid. Hmm. Yeah, this Jaguars team, they really do run through Travis Etienne. And I mean, that's not a bad idea. Etienne's a good running back, and again, he's top 5 in rushing. He'll probably be top 3 after tonight. But again, they have to establish some semblance of a downfield passing attack if they want to win, especially against Kansas City. Kansas City's not going to let Etienne go crazy. I mean, you really do have to give other your playmakers the ball. So Chiefs get the football back here. Pat with the gamesmanship there. Mahomes 5 for 6 for 50 yards. Had a solid opening drive. And here's a first down and 10, 8.5 to play. Chiefs starting from their own 28. And Mahomes, a lot of misdirection, gets it to Worthy, one of the most explosive players in the NFL, on that double reverse, and the Chiefs will get a solid gain on that one. And that's some creative play calling right there from Reed and Nagy with that one. They motion a lot of guys around, a little like double fake reverse type of deal, and Xavier Worthy, one of the most dangerous players in the NFL with the ball in his hands. That's a beautiful play call right there, and Worthy gets a solid gain out of that one. So 9 yards for X. He's back from the injury that Kelsey caused when he clotheslined his number one receiver early on. So he's back, though. Second down and 1 for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And a no give to Pacheco. He'll take it down to Juju Smith-Schuster on the little RPO play. And Smith-Schuster's got himself a first down as Kansas City moving the football pretty well early on against this Jaguars defense. I think the first drive just kind of stalled out with a couple incompletions, but the Chiefs offense is moving the ball well. They're looking a lot better than Jacksonville right now. So first down and 10. Chiefs have only ran the ball once in their first 8 plays of the game, as they're at about the 45, and there's a second run to Pacheco up the middle. Pacheco breaks free and gets the first down and a whole lot more. Isaiah Pacheco with a nice run there for Kansas City, and the Chiefs are moving the football well, just continuing to pound it on this Jaguars defense. Not really pounding the rock, they're just pounding yardage, as they get some good blocks up the middle, and then Pacheco finds a crease, breaks a tackle, falls forward, and picks up a bunch of yards again. They've talked about Isaiah Pacheco a lot over the last couple of years, the 7th-round draft pick out of Rutgers. Great running back, and he's gotten the Chiefs to the Jags' 39-yard line. Tight end in motion. They go to Kareem Hunt, and he will be bottled up. Josh Allen. And it was really Johnson right there, as there's a flag flying in late on this play. So what is the call? A lot of flags. Jordan Lewis and Hollywood Brown going at it here. And I think Hollywood Brown's going to be the one who gets called for this one, as he was the one who... Yeah, Jordan Lewis and Hollywood Brown having some fighting, and then they kind of get up in each other's faces, and Hollywood Brown kind of punches Lewis right there. Mahomes just kind of tells Hollywood Brown, calm down, man. I mean, that's a really bad penalty. I mean, Kansas City is moving the football well. These self-inflicted wounds are hurting them a lot. I mean, illegal formation or whatever. Was it illegal formation or something like that on the first drive? And now you get a 15-yard personal foul from Hollywood Brown because he just couldn't keep his cool. That's just a bad penalty. And now Kansas City backed up to, I think, their own 46 after starting to get deep into Jaguars territory. Second down and 24 from the 47, actually. And Mahomes motions his running back out. They throw the screen out there. This is a good play for Kansas City, and they're going to get a lot of those yards back as Mahomes hits Smith on the screen. Third down coming up here for Kansas City. Really nice design. Really good play. Mahomes just doesn't have to do a whole lot here. Just hits his screen on a little easy screen. Chiefs blockers get out in front. You get Creed Humphrey out there in front. That's always a really dangerous play when he's out blocking in the open space. And now, second and 24 turns into 3rd and 9. A lot more manageable. So 3rd and 9 from the Jags' 38-yard line. Mahomes. Play clock is winding down quickly, and I think they may have to use a timeout, and they will. So Kansas City couldn't get their play set up, and they'll use their first timeout of the half with 5:26 to go in the first quarter. So, just a little chaotic there for Kansas City. But again, get your personnel right for this 3rd down is really the main thing. Get your personnel, get your right play call. All the important things is just a quick side check here. We do have playoff baseball on today. Dodgers looking to go up 2-0 on the Phillies. They're up 4-1 in that game in the bottom of the 8th. Cubs and Brewers tonight. Brewers going to look to go up 2-0 in that series. So, yeah, I love October really is one of the top sports months. You got great college football this Saturday. Texas OU, obviously the big one. And then in Indiana, Oregon, great college football during October. Then you also, of course, have NFL going on, postseason baseball, NBA, and NHL starting up. It's really just a great sports month. For people like me, I'm going to be in heaven all month. I'm so excited. All right. Oh, I did not mean to pull that up. Okay. 3rd and 9 for the Chiefs. Mahomes, pressure, off his back foot, firing deep, underthrown, it's caught! Tyquan Thornton! What a play right there by Kansas City. And you know what? It may have been an underthrown football, but at the end of the day, when you got guys coming at you, taking a direct shot from a safety on a blitz, you just got to give your guy a chance, and that's what Patrick Mahomes does here. One-on-one, Tyquan Thornton beats his guy, and because of that, he's able to make an adjustment back to the ball, pick up the first down, and Kansas City set up well. They're going to it looks like the Jaguars are going to challenge this here. There may have been some movement with the ball. Yeah, that's a really nice play there. Mahomes, again, just does what he needs to do. That's a tough throw off the back foot. You just got to take that shot and, again, give your wide receiver as good of a chance as possible. Oh, yeah, that's just ridiculous. That's what makes Patrick Mahomes so good, though. He can make those types of throws under pressure. That is just a. I mean, that's just a huge play right there. That is just a huge play. I mean, I feel like Kansas City's overall just been outplaying them early on in this game, pretty decently. But yeah, that is just a great. That's just a great throw by Mahomes right there. I mean, just put it up, gave his guy a chance. Tyquan Thornton has really had quite the season here for Kansas City. I mean, again, when you have a guy like Mahomes throwing you the football, you elevate receivers around you, and it gives guys a better chance, unheralded guys, the opportunity to step up. I mean, Mahomes has won Super Bowls with Kadarius Toney looking good, Sky Moore getting involved. I mean, Mahomes really does just elevate the wide receiver talent around him, and with a guy who has the speed of Tyquan Thornton, a lot of opportunities for big plays with Patrick Mahomes is looking. And after looking at it, the catch will stand. So now the Chiefs have it at the 6-yard line. First down and goal. And Mahomes tosses it out. Smith running to the end zone, and he's going to be tackled a few yards short. They ran a little option play. Mahomes just pitched it out there to Smith, and the Jaguars were able to get over there before the touchdown. So, yeah, that's Brashard Smith. Again, Chiefs got a little running back rotation there with Brashard Smith, along, of course, with the main guys, Isaiah Pacheco. I think I still have Kareem Hunt, too. Hunter on the field here for this second down and goal from the 2. Hunt in the game. And they'll fake the give to Hunt. Mahomes throws it to the end zone. And hit it to Worthy, and it's incomplete. Worthy tried to drag the feet in. The official immediately said no catch. That would have been a crazy pitch and catch there from Mahomes. And let's watch this back. Worthy makes the catch, but only gets 1 foot in bounds. And it'll be a 3rd and goal coming up. So, Mahomes tried to get it to Worthy there. And the Chiefs are one of 2 teams in the NFL that had a touchdown in the first quarter. Titans the only other team. Can that change here on this play? Mahomes, sprint rollout right. Throws! Touchdown Chiefs! And it's Travis Kelce, but there's a flag down on the play. And Mahomes is talking to the officials. Mahomes is trying to plead his case here with this offensive pass interference as Juju Smith-Schuster ran the OPI play. Wow. So the officials rule it a touchdown. They rule it a touchdown. Wow, okay. Mahomes' case was, I guess he did a good job pleading his case. The rules analyst came in and thought that would be a good offensive pass interference call. But I guess not. So the Chiefs are going to get their first quarter touchdown of the year and take a 7-0 lead on a Travis Kelce touchdown. So, yeah, Juju Smith-Schuster nearly got flagged for OPI, but at the end of the day, he gets away with it, I guess. The rules analysts seem pretty confident there, but oh well. Them's the game, I guess. right, so there you go. Kansas City strikes first in this Monday Night Football battle. So, I mean, yeah, it's just kind of how it is. I think the Jaguars have looked really. They haven't looked that great today. I think Kansas City has moved the ball well. Both drives. Jacksonville's got to get something going offensively, or this could be a really rough game for them. Because, I mean, Kansas City is doing their thing. They're still talking about this Juju Smith-Schuster play on the touchdown. Yeah, so Mahomes immediately pleaded his case to the officials the second that play was ran. As here's a pretty good return for the Jaguars. There's no flags. Allen gets them to around the 40-yard line. So Jaguars offense desperately needing a spark under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter, and they've gone 3 and out on their first 2 drives. They desperately need to get something going again. Getting Brian Thomas Jr. the ball at the end of that first possession was definitely a step in the right direction. And here we go. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Jags only 21 yards of offense thus far. He motions De'Ami Brown inside. Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. out there. And Lawrence. Screen pass over to Brenton Strange. He's got a first down, and Strange all the way across midfield into Kansas City territory. So the Jaguars' leading receiver this season makes a big play right there on the nice little screen. And now just like that, the Jags are already across the 40 into Kansas City territory. And Lawrence has Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter to his left on the near side. Hunter in motion. And they'll go to ETN up the middle. ETN goes forward for a solid gain. So again, Jaguars trying to rely on this run game, which ETN's gotten some solid carries today, some solid plays. And looks like Jacksonville going with a more up-tempo offensive style here on this second drive of the game. Well, it looked like they were going up-tempo. Now they're going to the huddle. So the penalties, the Jaguars had the most accepted penalties and the most offensive penalties in the NFL through the first few weeks of the season. Very undisciplined group, and we've seen that a little bit today. Here's the 2nd down and 5. Brian Thomas Jr. out with Hunter and Brown bunched up. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off. ETN dancing around, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the first down marker, so it'll be a 3rd and short. So we'll see what the play call is. Lawrence 2 for 4 for 34 yards, although a lot of those yards came on the screen to Brenton Strange. So yeah, Lawrence just killed that last play. So I guess he's got the authority in the Cohen offense to do just that. 3rd down and 2. Thomas Jr. on the near side. Hunter Strange bunched up on the right, and ETN's going to get the football. No, Lawrence read option, and did he get the first? I think he did. Trevor Lawrence showing off some mobility there and made a nice cut. Where will the officials spot the ball? And the officials point for a first down for Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars offense. So Lawrence sailed across, and yeah, it looked like he got kind of a bad spot from the officials, but they got the first down anyway. But definitely, I don't think that was a very good spot from the officials. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 29. Lawrence with about a minute to go in the first quarter. He's got Etienne behind him. Play action. Lawrence has time going down the field. He's got Thomas Jr. A flag is down as BTJ gets inside the 10. And we'll see what the flag is. If it's not on Jacksonville, it's a huge play to get Brian Thomas Jr. going. And it will be on Kansas City. Illegal contact on Drew Tranquill. That penalty will be declined. And Jacksonville gets a big play again. Got to get the ball to Brian Thomas Jr. any opportunity. And Jacksonville having a heck of a drive here. Started with that great play call with the Brenton Strange screen. Got Lawrence a little comfortable. And then boom. As here's the play action. Brian Thomas Jr. comes open across the field on the crosser. And just like that, you know, the offense is moving well. So 44 seconds to go. Jaguars now inside the 10-yard line at the 8. Brown in motion. And a handoff. Etienne dancing around, and he will be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Nick Bolton blew that play up, and that might be the final play of the first quarter. Second and goal, and that'll end the first quarter. So Jacksonville will start with the ball in great field position. So let's talk about fantasy football here real quick. Anybody who, you know, Travis Etienne is a pretty reliable guy. He's off to a crazy start today. But anybody really counting on a guy like Travis Hunter is not exactly doing great things right now. You count on Travis Hunter tonight to win you a fantasy football matchup. Don't think it's going too great at all for you. He has zero. I don't even think he has a target in the first quarter. And then Brian Thomas Jr. doing his thing. But definitely, yeah, I mean, definitely this this Jaguars team has figured out something offensively. I think they found something here on offense this drive. A lot of good play calls. Again, got to give Liam Cohen a lot of credit for this drive. That screen pass really did open things up. And we'll see. We'll see what Kansas City can do here. If you are listening, be sure to click that subscribe button. Channel is trying to grow, trying to hit 2,000 subscribers here pretty soon. So be sure to support the channel. Second down and goal to start the second quarter for Jacksonville. From the 8-yard line, Jags with a 50% red zone TD percentage. Here's Lawrence with Thomas Jr. and Hunter bunched out to the right. Now Hunter will motion, and they fake the give. Lawrence rolling out, checks it down. Etienne going to be knocked down a couple yards shy of the end zone. So I think Hunter may have been the designated player for for that play. I think the design was to him, but he wasn't open, and Travis Etienne was the one who ended up getting the catch instead on that bootleg. So, third and goal. Third and goal. Lawrence and the Jags with a 5-wide empty set. One side, you got Brown, Strange, as Lawrence is going to run it himself. Can he get to the end zone? I think he's going to be about a yard short of the goal line. They motioned guys to the left, and then Lawrence took it himself on a QB power type of deal, and now it's 4th and very short. I'm not exactly sure how close he got, but they had Anton Harrison leading this block on the outside. He does do a nice job with the block on that outside, but the Chiefs got a safety over there. And Lawrence is going to be stopped short. So now 4th down and goal. Heck of a play by Kansas City. And now from the 1-yard line, Tutton in the game. Strange in motion. Lawrence jumps over and he fumbled the football. The Chiefs are going to get it. Lawrence thinks it's a touchdown, but I think Kansas City just forced a fumble on the goal line. Did he get it over the goal line before it was punched out? I do not think. It was Nick Bolton who knocked the ball loose. And I think Trevor Lawrence was already losing the football, but the Jaguars seem to think it's a touchdown. This is definitely going to review. Did Lawrence, what they're going to have to determine in the replay booth is, did Lawrence still have some possession of the ball when he crosses the pylon before Bolton knocks it out? It's not by much. It's a really close play. My opinion is that Bolton knocked the ball out just before Lawrence got it over. I think that the play is going to stand and Chiefs are going to have the ball at the 1-yard line. I really do. I think that Lawrence it's a risky play. You really just have to hope that you can stretch that ball out over the goal line before someone is able to knock it out. And in that situation, I don't think he got it out. I don't think that he was able to get that ball over the goal line. I think Bolton really did perform a perfect punch out. If he did it a second later, that's a touchdown. But a half second later, touchdown. But he didn't do it half a second later. He did it right on time. So, tuning in here to this Phillies versus Dodgers playoff game real quick. Dodgers leading 4-1 in the bottom of the 9th. Trying to close it out and take the first 2 games here in Philadelphia. Blake Trinan on the mound trying to close that one out. But they will go to review here. I think that the call is going to stand. Phillies again. It was a 0-0 game for a long time from what I saw. But eventually Dodgers broke through and are on the verge of a 2-0 lead. Taking the series back to L.A. Just like the Blue Jays were at home, I believe. Yeah, the Blue Jays were at home, but they went up 2-0 on the Yankees. They're looking really good. As I think Real Muto just hit one into left field. That is down, and that's going to be a big hit for the Philadelphia Phillies. They now have runners on second and third. No outs. Tying run coming to the plate. JT Real Muto with a big hit right there. So, wow. That is it's a big-time hit right there. Again, you come back in this game and boom, series is evened up. All the momentum in the world if the Dodgers choke a 4-1 lead. But Real Muto smokes this one into left field, and it got all the way to the wall, I'm pretty sure. Phillies did not get a run out of it, but Real Muto makes it happen. And now, I think that's Nick Castellanos up, and he fouls off the first pitch. So let me change the possession arrow real quick. They have upheld the call on the field. The Chiefs will get the football as Trevor Lawrence was ruled down, and now the Chiefs have it. They're going to have it at the 3 or 4 yard line, and Hunt's going to get it, trying to be a bruiser, and look at Kareem Hunt. Big run all the way past the 30. Kareem Hunt, the bruising back at this point in his career, with a massive run, found a crease, and just like that, the Chiefs went all the way from the 4 yard line to past the 30. That drive is well and alive, as Hunt was able to get through the hole in time. That's just a killer for the Jaguars defense. Again, the Chiefs have moved the ball well every single drive, as Castellanos just flared one into left field. That's a base hit. That's going to score 2. Castellanos trying to stretch it to second, and he's in there safely. Oh my goodness, the Phillies rally is alive and well. Castellanos is at second, 4-3 ball game. Wow, was he safe? I don't know. It was close. As Worthy just made a 5-yard catch back in this one. Castellanos with one of those bloopers, and it got down though. 2nd down and 5 for Kansas City at the 41-yard line. We're back to the football game. And Mahomes looking left, out route complete. Hollywood Brown making guys miss. Hollywood Brown makes a couple more miss. He's got a 1st down across the 50. 16-yard completion to Brown, and the Chiefs looking good. So Mahomes anticipates this out route pretty early to Brown. He gets rid of it before Brown even really is turned around, and then Brown makes 2 guys miss, plus a broken tackle. And just like that, Kansas City's drive is completely in full force at the moment. So Brown on the sideline, 1st and 10. Kansas City already into Jacksonville territory at the 43. Mahomes will spin around, looking, has a lot of time, directing traffic, now pressured, firing down the field. He's got a man. It's Thornton inside, deep in Jaguars territory now. I mean, that offensive line gave Mahomes so much time and to set up a 1st down and goal. I mean, Mahomes had enough time to direct traffic in the pocket. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Little misdirection here, and again, the Kansas City offensive line does its job. Mahomes steps up, makes a nice little sidearm throw on the run, I believe. And Tyquan Thornton had a heck of a journey here, just kind of slowly jogging. But the moment Mahomes decoys him, or the moment Mahomes points him out, he makes a big play, and Thornton's at 90 yards receiving tonight. 1st and goal from the 9. Now Mahomes keeps it himself. Read option. Touchdown, Kansas City. And Mahomes does it himself. What a drive from the Chiefs. 96 yards. It started with the Bolton punch out on the other end. Then the big run by Hunt. And boom, Kansas City leading by 2 scores. And yeah, Mahomes breaks out of the contain there from Emmanuel Ogbah, and boom, 97-yard drive correction in 5 plays. PAT is good, and Kansas City leads by 14. They have looked all good today. I mean, you talk about a team that's looked like a Super Bowl contender. Chiefs are looking very, very good tonight. I've been quite impressed. I don't really like the Chiefs, but sometimes you got to give credit where credit is due. And that's what I'm doing here. Reluctantly, I'm giving the Chiefs a lot of credit because they look good.
What are you doing?
Streaming, man.
Streaming what?
The Chiefs. Strange. I don't think so, dude. I think it's I'm trying to fix this up here and get this the way I want it. So let's fix this here. move it down that way so that... Oh, I messed it up. I'm trying to figure this out, but... There we go. That should be better. I'm trying to figure this out here and get this looking the way that I want it to look. There we go. The possession arrow is just so freaking small, and it kind of agitates me, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, Kansas City, though, looking really, 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 really good today. If you are listening, by the way, be sure to click the sub button. They're looking great. Their defense has been pretty good. I mean, they forced 2 3-and-outs plus a really nice goal line stand. And then offensively, the Chiefs have moved the ball well on every single drive tonight. And again, it's Tyquan Thornton who's had a great game. Hollywood Brown's made some plays. Travis Kelce got them that touchdown early. He made a couple nice catches. So Kansas City's offense just looks good. They're running the football well. I mean, this is a good Chiefs team, man. They're still good. As much as all the haters, including me, I'm not exactly a Chiefs fan over here. I don't really like them. But credit where credit is due to them. They are making the clutch plays tonight, and that is why they are ahead 14-0. And the Jaguars came in tonight at 3-1, looking to prove something. And right now, all they're proving is that they're still the Jags. As the Phillies just laid down a beautiful bunt. Unfortunately, wasn't good enough. The Dodgers are going to throw Castellanos out at third base. Pretty solid idea there. They tried to run a little squeeze play, and it just did not work. As now, Butker will kick it off, and Allen will return it here for Jacksonville to about the 30-yard line. Decent bunt, but a great job by the I'm trying to call both games here. Great job by Max Muncy over there at third base for the Dodgers. Played in really well. He played it perfectly. He came in, infield in shift, gets it over to Mookie Betts, who covered third in perfect timely manner, and they hosed Castellanos by about a mile at third. And so, wow, elite. Back to the football game. Here's Lawrence, and he goes to Etienne, who makes a nice cutback. Etienne trying to get it to the outside. He's only going to get a couple yards there. The blocking wasn't exactly elite on that one. So Spags, obviously, trying to contain Etienne is the main thing. The Jaguars are one of the worst rushing teams in the NFL last year, but with Etienne fully healthy and the offensive line improved, I guess, they're top 5 in the league this year in a lot of rushing stats. So there you go. 2nd down and 8 from the 32. BTJ inside. Brown on the outside. Here's Lawrence dropping back. Has a lot of time, and he's going to step up right into a sack. There's Kansas City with the sack. Charles Omenihu, the former Texas Longhorn defensive tackle, getting the sack there on Trevor Lawrence. Nothing open. Protection held up long enough. But eventually, Lawrence had to step up and sack City. And again, I think Lawrence may have had tight end there. Not Brenton Strange, but somebody else. But Lawrence, I guess, just didn't see it. And Omenihu takes advantage. 3rd and 10 from the 30. And Lawrence, BTJ on a single side by himself, Hunter on the other one, and there's a flag coming in. I don't think the Jaguars got the playoff in time. I think it's going to be a delay of game unless they use the timeout. And they did not use the timeout. So, delay of game, 3rd down and 15. My goodness, this team. How are they 3-1? As Harrison Bader just got a hit to keep the rally going. So despite Castellanos being thrown out, the Phillies still have runners on 1st and 2nd. And again, an extra base hit probably wins the game. And a single ties it. So Phillies are in a good spot. 3rd down and 15 here for Tila with 9 minutes to play in this 2nd quarter. Jaguars desperately needing a spark as their offense has not done anything. Travis Hunter's on the field here for 3rd and 15. They need a big play. Hunter has not been targeted tonight. Lawrence has some time, stepping around, throwing, and incomplete. And they're going to get a flag. Yes, they are. Brian Thomas Jr., the intended target. It looked like he was kind of tackled there. And that'll do it. First down coming up for Jacksonville. Pass interference there, and it'll bring up a first down. It'll be a first down gain. Jalen Watson couldn't get the hands off of Brian Thomas Jr. here in the one-on-one. Singled up here, and a lot of contact. And then where's the flag? I think it comes in late, and yeah, that's kind of soft. Maybe, I mean, it didn't look as bad as I thought. It looked like BTJ and Watson kind of slipped up there. It's kind of a soft one. But, you take it if you're the Jags, of course. And now at their own 38-yard line, Lawrence with a new set of downs. And they're going to hand the football off up the middle. As, oh man, the Dodgers are going to get that second out of the inning here. My goodness, what a game. Ground out. They couldn't turn two, but they do get a second out now. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Everything on the line for Philadelphia. Well, not everything, I guess, technically, but. Second down and 8 coming up here for the Jags after the 2-yard run. I think it was Tutton who got the carry. By Shul Tutton. Dave Roberts going to make another change here. Vesey is out of the inning. Third relief pitcher of the 9th inning coming in for the Dodgers, Roki Sasaki. Second and 8 over here. Lawrence stepping up. Trevor Lawrence going to pick up a first down across midfield. There's T-Law showing off some mobility again in a must-score drive here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've been gifted new life, and here was Trevor Lawrence. Had Brenton Strange blocking here and then flared out for a route. And then Trevor Lawrence had that extra time, and now the Jags are at the 45-yard line. Lawrence under center. Hunter out to the left. Tutton in the backfield with Strange and Washington out right. Out to his right. Hunter in motion. And Tutton getting the carry. He is bottled up. Bouncing off tacklers. And he's going to lose a yard or two on that play. So the Jaguars' run game kind of shut down right now. Minahu looking like a force today. Along with the rest of this Chiefs front. So, Nick Bolton also having a heck of a game here for Kansas City. Again, their whole defense. The Chiefs' defense under Spagnuolo is always going to be good. Those guys come to play. And, they're well coached every week. So, second down and 11. Again, if you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Jaguars with 2 guys in the backfield. One of them being Travis Hunter. Trying to deploy him in any way possible. And they got to get the snap off. Lawrence underneath. Hunter makes his first catch of the day. Trying to make guys miss. Hunter explodes upfield. Did he get the first down? They'll give it to him. And Travis Hunter's first catch of the day is an explosive one. Cohen finally getting one of his top playmakers the ball in Hunter, who just has not gotten the football. Chiefs send some pressure. Hunter open, and again, so shifty and dangerous in the open field. I don't know why they're not getting this guy the ball more. I mean, broke a guy's ankles, got by Anthony Cook, and then boom, first down for Hunter. As Roki Sasaki in with all the pressure in the world for the Dodgers. First and 10 over here in Jacksonville from the 35. Lawrence fakes the give to Tutton. Has a lot of time, and the play action and the throw. Incomplete, not intercepted. Oh my goodness. A wild and wacky play, and Drew Tranquil cannot believe he dropped that interception. A lot to unpack here after that first down play on the play action. And my goodness. So Tim Patrick is running this route as Brian Thomas Jr. is going vertical. Patrick's wide open. Lawrence fits it in the window, a little behind Patrick. It goes off of Patrick's hands, off of McDuffie's hands, off of Bolton's hands, and then Tranquil bobbles it twice as Sasaki just won the Dodgers the game on the ground out. Now Lawrence is going to get it out to Byshul Tutton, who may have just ran right into Jalen Watson, and I think he had room to run. I mean, that is about as bad of a vision as you're going to see Freddie Freeman, by the way, incredible pick here. This is a terrible throw from second base. But Tutton did not do, or maybe Long just did a terrible job blocking, but Tutton looked like he ran right into Jalen Watson there on the block. So 3rd down and 4 from the 29. Again, I still cannot believe the Chiefs didn't get an interception there. 3 guys bobbled it. Tranquil twice. 3rd down and 4. Hunter being motioned out. Lawrence has time. Stepping up to run. Lawrence gets the first. Makes a cut. He'll be down at the 15. Another first down for Tila. As the Phillies are now down 2-0. So I'm done calling that game. If Gardner Minshew is their backup. Also, that's not Anthony Cook. That's Brian Cook. Brian Cook is that safety. Who's 21 who made that crazy play earlier on the goal? I made a great tackle. 1st down and 10. Jaden Hicks, okay. 1st down and 10 at the 15. Hunter once again motioning. He's been the motion man a lot. Lawrence just changed the play. Now in shotgun. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off. And there was something that happened here. It looked like the Jaguars called a timeout. They were all out of sorts on that play. And so they'll use, I don't know when they used their first timeout. But they lost the timeout when they lost their challenge earlier. Okay. So that's their second timeout of the half right there. Again, they were just kind of all out of sorts there. Couldn't get the right play going, and yeah, it's just not good stuff. Again, Lawrence kind of tried to make some frantic changes there at the end, and then eventually just had to kill it and call a timeout. So 1st down and 10. Again, Lawrence honestly playing pretty well tonight in my opinion. He's looked solid. A couple bad throws here and there, a couple boner mistakes like the incompletion on the earlier illegal forward pass. But he's looking better, and he has 30 rushing yards. He's using his legs. ETN in motion. They fake the give. Lawrence going end zone, and Brian Thomas Jr. never even saw the football coming his way. Gonna strongly assume he wasn't exactly the intended target on that play, really. But end of the day, Lawrence kind of had to get rid of it. And ETN may have been the intended target on this one, or may have been the player who it was designed for. And he's kind of waiting for this football. I don't understand why Trevor Lawrence didn't throw him this ball. Etienne was wide open in the flat. Again, does he score the touchdown? Probably not, but at least he got a solid gain. That's just another terrible miss by Trevor, though. That's a bad one. Just when I said he was playing well. 2nd and 10. Etienne getting it up the middle. A solid run inside the 10. Going to bring up a 3rd and short with 4 minutes to play. And if y'all listening, be sure to click the subscribe button to help out the YouTube channel. It'll be a 3rd down and 2. 4 minutes to play in the first half. Again, I'm not exactly sure what Lawrence was thinking there. But 3rd down and 2. I digress. Jaguars, big boys up front. Will they be tasked with a run here? I'm not sure. Patrick is out there on the field. Jaguars have a couple tight ends in the game, so this is looking like a run. 3rd and 2. Motion a man to the right. Now to the left. And Lawrence. Option to ETN. Got to make a cut. ETN picking up the first down inside the 5. I've honestly, just being honest, again, haven't watched a single snap of Jaguars football this year, and I have ETN on one of my fantasy teams. So, ETN looks good. What my analysis of this offense is, I like the way that Liam Cohen calls the offense. I do. I like a lot of the play calls. The motion's great. ETN looks just so much better than he has the last couple years as Bolden got his face mask. Didn't grab it, but he kind of just ticked it. I like the way that he calls the offense. Trevor Lawrence is very inconsistent. But 1st and goal from the 4-yard line, or from the 3. And Lawrence looking. Thomas Jr. going end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars. Parker Washington. And the Jags score their first touchdown on Monday Night Football. I think he was looking Thomas Jr. on the slant, but eventually his eyes went to Parker Washington. He makes the throw, and the Jaguars finally score tonight. And And there's the touchdown right there. So Washington working on Brian Cook here in that slot. He runs a little out route, gets open. So maybe I'm dumb. Maybe Lawrence was looking that way the whole time. Yeah, he was. I'm stupid. He was looking Washington's way the entire time, and just a great route. Little's PAT. I think that's good. Camera angle's a little weird. It's good, though. And now the Kansas City Chiefs have a little pressure on them. Jaguars showing some life here on Monday Night Football. They took advantage of the earlier pass interference call on the drive. Get it down the field and score. So, yeah, I really do like the coordinating. I really like the play calling, not the coordinating, the play calling from Liam Cohen. I do. I like the motion, the option plays, rolling Trevor out, giving him extra protection. I really do like the way that he calls an offense. I think Trevor Lawrence is just really inconsistent and he misses a lot of things, doesn't see things like that. Missed ETN is inexcusable, but made a really nice throw to Washington on that last throw. So yeah, I mean, I think Cohen is calling a good offense, though. Again, if you guys listen, be sure to click that subscribe button. Really helps out Evan's Sports Corner YouTube channel. Trying to hit 2,000 subs here pretty soon. But yeah, good drive from Jacksonville. Got ETN the ball. I think the one thing that I would say about Cohen's offense is got to get Travis Hunter the ball more. I mean, he touched the ball one time that drive, and he made magic happen. He's so shifty. He's so good in the open field. Get that man the ball. Get Brian Thomas Jr. the ball. You gotta, I mean, again, Brenton Strange getting his touches is nice. Obviously, gotta get ETN the ball. But, man, you gotta run screens. You gotta get him the ball in open space because Travis Hunter is a playmaker. And playmakers need the ball in their hands. So, yeah, I mean, that's just my take. I feel like that's a pretty, I don't think I'm exactly going out on a limb with that one. I think that's a pretty solid take right there, is to get Travis Hunter the ball. I mean, at the end of the day, they used a top pick on the guy and traded up in the draft for him for a reason. Utilize him. So let's check on this postseason baseball. Okay. Yeah, I just think this game has some promise to it, though. I was honestly pretty skeptical of this game early on because the Chiefs have just looked like the far superior team all night. Jaguars have been able to put together a couple of nice drives, though, after the back-to-back 3-and-outs early. Again, unfortunate for them that they just couldn't execute the 4th down and goal. But one thing I have noticed is the Jaguars got to find an answer for Patrick Mahomes in this Chiefs offense. They have to. I mean, the Chiefs have gotten the ball across midfield every single drive, 2 touchdowns. You got to find an answer. Chiefs offense. They have to. I mean, the Chiefs they got to find an answer here for Patrick Mahomes, and the offense is the Chiefs will take this one in the end zone for a fair catch. 2.5 to play here in the second quarter. I mean, Kansas City right here is a lot to work with. 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, so they get 3 stoppages. And Mahomes, I mean, he's been surgical tonight. 12 for 14, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's made a couple really nice throws on the run, a couple jump passes. Just, again, he's directing the offense. The offensive line is doing a fantastic job as well. Chiefs are averaging 12 yards per play. I mean, Jacksonville's got to find an answer. And again, got to get pressure on Mahomes. He's been sitting back there and has been able to direct plays and point fingers in the middle of plays. That should never happen. 1st and 10 from the 35. Mahomes, he will pitch it to Worthy, and that is not what they needed. Josh Allen with a big play. Josh Hines Allen. Not a pitch, more of like a little jet sweep there to Worthy. Chiefs tried to get their star receiver the ball in space, and this play just never stood a chance. Josh Hines Allen immediately blew this play up, and I mean, that's just one guy you cannot leave unblocked. And again, when you read the play so perfectly, there's nothing you can do. So 2-minute warning about to hit. I doubt that they'll run a play before it, and they won't. So Kansas City will take it to the 2-minute warning. 2nd down and 16, and that is just definitely not what they wanted on that first play of the drive. Again, negative plays on 1st down really are some big-time killers. So we'll see how the Chiefs navigate the rest of this drive. They got to work from behind the chains here. And then what does Jacksonville do? They have one timeout. How aggressive do they play it? They did get the ball. They got the ball first. I'm quite sure, right? Yeah. Jags got the ball first today. So how aggressive do they play this? How aggressive does KC play it now, knowing they get the ball after half? I don't know. It'll be very, very interesting to see what happens. How's this other playoff baseball game going? What are we doing, guys? Started yet? Oh wow, the Cubs went up 3-0 in the first inning. Wow, that's quite big. Seiya Suzuki with a bomb. All right. So, yeah, if y'all listening, gonna be sure to click the subscribe button because yeah, I mean this is a game that I think Kansas City has been the better team in, but Jacksonville's hanging in there, and sometimes it's all you got to do. Again, you're at home. They really just have to make Mahomes uncomfortable. We'll see what happens, though. So, yeah, first half, I think both quarterbacks have honestly played pretty solid. Mahomes obviously has been better. He just hasn't missed the throws that Lawrence has missed, but not bad. Lawrence, again, a couple miscues, but nothing like the back-breaking fumble, that was pretty bad, but that's just tough. 2nd and 16, Mahomes evades a rusher, and he's just going to flip it out of bounds. Bring up a 3rd and 16. So he tried to make something happen there. Nothing there. Just flip it out of bounds. So let's watch this play back here real quick. Safety's kind of dropping down. Mahomes has to evade. I think it's Eric Armstead there. And then he just gets all the way to the sideline, just kind of flips it out. So 3rd and 16 coming up for Kansas City. Mahomes. What can he do here? Play clock winding down. He's got Worthy to the right, Thornton to the left. Mahomes has some time. Launching it under... Wow, not even close. He just checked it down underneath to Kareem Hunt. See, he fooled me there. I was about to say launch it because it looked like, based on the arm trajectory, that he was about to launch one deep to Worthy. But then he just kind of quickly pulled the arm down, checked it down to Hunt, and it'll be a 4th down and 8. Chiefs will punt it away. Jaguars not calling their last time out. They'll let the clock run. So, nice job there by the Jags defense to force their stop today. Fourth down and 8 now for the Chiefs. Ariza out to punt. And he'll send this one away. It's a good punt all the way back. That'll down the Jags inside the 10-yard line, about the 7-yard line. And now, what does Liam Cohen's squad do here? They have 54 seconds, only one timeout. I mean, Cam Little does have a huge leg. That is one thing we do know. Cam Little has a massive, massive leg. Do they try to get it into his field goal range here and play it aggressive like that? I don't know. We know Cam Little does have a boot, so we'll see what he can do. Because, I mean, yeah, he can kick some long ones. Jaguars have a long way to go, though. They'll start at their own 8-yard line after a great punt from Ariza. So 1st and 10, 54 seconds left in the half for the Jaguars. Chiefs get it after the second half, or in the second half on the kickoff. 1st and 10 for Lawrence. Tutton in the backfield. BTJ and Hunter on the same side. Lawrence looking, pressure, firing, and a sliding catch by Brian Thomas Jr. They'll hurry up to the line of scrimmage. 1st down gain for Jacksonville. Past the 20 now. 39 seconds. Lawrence gets his guys back to the line, and Lawrence. Pressure from Ominahu. He rolls out. Ominahu wanted a flag. Lawrence is going to fire, and it's incomplete. De'Ami Brown nearly dropped it into an interception. Big collision there, and a flag also down. I think the Chiefs are going to get, I think it's going to be a holding call on the Jaguars. Ominahu wanted it, and he may get it. I think that yeah. So I was correct on that one. The Jags do get called for holding. Ominahu was on the ground asking for one. I think that the Jags right guard here got beat by Ominahu. And yeah, Ominahu does kind of win this rep. He's getting through to Lawrence. And then there is a hold there by the Jags. And nearly an interception here, but a knee to the helmet. Bolton to Connor. That definitely isn't too good, but Connor's all right. Now the Jags drive is stalled. 1st and 20 from their own 11. And Lawrence, he is just going to check it down to Parker Washington, who turns upfield. And that's going to be about 20 seconds left. They're wrestling for the ball right now. I just don't think that the Jags are going to be able to get anything off here. Game clock is winding down to about 10 seconds. They're still not set. 8 seconds left. The timeout is still there. What are they going to do? Lawrence is stepping up. He'll take the sack. I think that'll just do it for the first half here in Jacksonville. So, had a little something going there on that final drive after the BTJ catch, but the holding call derails it, and that'll do it for the first half here on Monday Night Football. Jaguars trail 14-7. Kansas City going to be the team to get the second half kickoff. So, well, we have a ball game here, so if you guys are listening again, be sure to click the subscribe button. Really helps out the channel, and stick around for the second half. I'm going to take a little break here, but Andy Reid and the Chiefs offense having their best half of the season. Most yards in the first half of the year with 236 yards. Most in any half, actually, for the Chiefs this year. So that was actually the Chiefs' best offensive half of football in terms of yardage. They did a good job. Mahomes looked great. The offensive line protected well. The run game was solid. Guys did a nice job. And again, this Chiefs offense looked really, really good in the first half. So Jacksonville did a better job on that last drive stopping Mahomes. So I think that they are figuring out a game plan. But again, if I was a betting man right now, I'm betting it all on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to win this one. They're moving the football well on pretty much every drive. The Jaguars' offense has gotten better, but again, the Chiefs have the advantage. That first drive out of the half is huge. If the Chiefs go down and score a touchdown, huge uphill climb for the Jaguars from there. Jaguars get a stop. Again, I think this first drive out of half will be paramount, but Trevor Lawrence is looking for his first career Monday Night Football win. Apparently, he's lost his last 2. Chiefs have won 8 consecutive games versus the Jaguars, so some would say the Chiefs own the Jaguars. And again, the Jaguars, this is their best start to a season since 2018. So they're trying to build on this start. And again, the Jaguars really need to keep pace with that division with how well the Colts have looked early on this season. Obviously, Houston got a big win the other day, and Tennessee is one of the worst teams in the NFL, despite that win that they had against the Cardinals. But again, didn't think I would be saying this before the season, but yeah, the Jaguars need to win this game so that they can keep pace with the 4-1 Daniel Jones-led Indianapolis Colts. I mean, yeah, they kind of need this one. Next week on Monday Night Football, apparently there's a double header. I love those. Bears-Commanders is the late game, and then Bills-Falcons. A lot of intrigue in that one. That'll pretty much decide my fantasy football matchup, as I'll have Josh Allen and Bijan Robinson playing in that one. Yeah, so I like the Monday Night Football double headers. None tonight, though, because, again, it's just the Jaguars and Chiefs. So anyways, if anybody watching it, be sure to click the subscribe button. If anybody has anything to say in the chat, any ball knowledge you want to talk about, anything you want to say, talking about NFL or fantasy football, even college football, that's kind of a sore subject right now with my Longhorns struggling. But if you want to talk ball in the chat, man, hey, leave something if you want to talk ball, and I'd love to talk about ball for the next 10 minutes or so, if anybody has anything to say in the chat. So yeah, um, ask away. Ask any questions about fantasy or NFL or anything, man. Again, I'd love to talk ball. Um, if not, then I'll just go take a break. So yeah, up to y'all, man. If y'all want to say anything in the chat, please, man. It'd be much appreciated. Helps with engagement, and I want to talk ball. So. Dang, I guess nobody has any ball knowledge or any ball topics to discuss. All right. I guess not. I guess not. Chiefs are returning the opening kickoff to start the second half, and a solid gain. First and 10, a handoff up the middle to Pacheco. Second out and 10. And Mahomes checking it down. It's Kelsey getting about 8. On third and 2. Third and 2, Mahomes throwing it out, incomplete. No flags on the play. Little contact there from Jordan Lewis, the former Dallas Cowboy. Mahomes put that one out there. Mahomes is wanted a flag. And Ariza will punt this one away. It's Parker Washington back. Oh, man. He may have ran into Ariza there as Washington returns it. No flag, though. Okay. Here comes Trevor Lawrence. So I said before the half, by the way, if you are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. I said before the half that that first drive was huge for the Jaguars needing to get a stop. And they did. And now, see what they can do on offense. This is a big drive coming up for Jacksonville. All right. Big, yeah, this is a really big drive coming up for the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. Starting pretty deep in their own territory, Lawrence fakes the give to ETN. Now he'll check it down to ETN, trying to get to the outside, and a solid gain right there as the sky cam angle was pretty interesting. Second down and short coming up, 3 yards to be specific. So trying to get your playmakers the ball in space, kind of the main thing that the Jaguars need to focus on here in the second half. They've had some good drives, and it's been when they get the ball to Brian Thomas Jr., they get the ball to Travis Hunter, they get the ball to ETN. Your best players need to make plays. Second down and 3. 12 and a half to go. Lawrence hands it off. ETN trying to get to the outside. Cuts it back now, and he's going to have a first down. Jaguars' rushing attack has been amongst the league's best this year with ETN in the top 5 in rushing. But obviously against this stout Chiefs D-line, not easy. You got Chris Jones, who's a beast, forcing ETN to cut. You got Omena, who's had a good night tonight. He's got a sack. I mean, yeah, look at Chris Jones. He impacts the game on pretty much every play. And forces, again, a lot of pocket movement from Lawrence, a lot of rush lanes clogged. And, I mean, he's been double-teamed on almost half of his pass rushes today. So, I mean, that just goes to show how much attention he commands because of how good of a player he is. That's not good for Jacksonville. Their young right tackle, Anton Harrison, their first-round pick of a couple years ago out of Oklahoma, is going to have to be taken out of the game here. He's hurt, so backup tackle in the game. See how the Jags fare with that, as here's a first down and 10. They're about the 27-yard line. Lawrence motions Hunter out. And a fake TTN. Chiefs send some pressure. Lawrence dancing around, making a throw deep down the field. Oh, it's Hunter! What a grab by Travis Hunter! He was a top pick in the draft for a reason. Lawrence let it fly, and Hunter just went up over Connor and made the catch. Now Lawrence rolls out and throws it to Hunter, and he didn't get too much there as Lawrence rolled out. But yeah, right here, great blitz pickup from Travis Etienne on Drew Tranquil. Lawrence has to dance around a bit, throws it up deep for one of his guys, and Hunter, we know the ball skills that he has at cornerback. Obviously, similar deal with as a wide receiver. He is just an amazing football player. So illegal contact on the last play against Kansas City. Lawrence was pointing down the field. They didn't throw the flag. And Jacksonville coming out firing here on this opening drive. But again, got to get 7. They're at the 23-yard line. Lawrence with Tutton in the backfield. Brian Thomas Jr. out to his left. He's out wide. Parker Washington as well. 1st and 10. Lawrence looking. Pressure from Jones. Lawrence gets it out to the tight end. Munby? What's the guy's name out there? Johnny Munt with the catch there, as I think Brenton Strange might be banged up. Shout out Travis Hunter. That was a heck of a catch. So yeah, Brennan Strange is questionable to return tonight with a hip injury, so they got Munt in the game. 2nd down and 3. They're in the red zone. Lawrence, handoff by Shul Tutton. Up the middle. 1st down, Jaguars. First and 10. Lawrence, handoff, Tutton up the middle, and he gets a couple. they're strained on the sideline, injured. Second down and 8 with 9 minutes to play. Second down and 8. Lawrence stepping up the middle. Lawrence to the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence takes it himself. He's been good with his mobility all night. And Jacksonville has tied this game up pending the PAT. Little's PAT good, and Jacksonville has battled back to tie the game. So there's Trevor Lawrence with a huge touchdown run. And Kansas City, who started this game off red hot, up 14-0, offense looking good. And they let this Jacksonville offense get going. Again, I like the way Liam Cohen's called the game, getting a lot of his playmakers the ball. Travis Hunter finally making a huge play. And then Trevor Lawrence, who's been great with his legs tonight, does it again. As here is Rashard Smith on the return. 8.5 minutes to play in the third. Mahomes comes back out for a critical drive. They're showing the Jaguars, who looked like they were going to be on a roll with Trevor Lawrence a couple years ago. And then last year, just a really, really disappointing season. But this year, this is one of their best starts in the last 25, 30 years under their new coach, Liam Cohen. So, first down and 10, 8.5 to play. Mahomes fakes it to Pacheco. Going to float it out there. It's caught by Worthy. And Xavier Worthy makes the catch, and Worthy is banged up after the play, and now he's down. And that is obviously not something you want to see if you're a Chiefs fan. Obviously, I love Worthy. He's one of my favorite players. Was a Texas legend, so I hate to see that for him. He's banged up after that completion. Now, he is getting off the field on his own, but he's limping pretty noticeably here. Worthy, this is just not good for him. And the Chiefs star wide receiver going down here. He's on the sideline here. Hopefully he'll be able to come back in the game. Second and 1. And a handoff to Pacheco up the middle. First and 10 coming up. First and 10. And Mahomes rolling. Mahomes has time. Checks it down. Pacheco out of the backfield. Running tough. And he's going to pick up the first down. Pacheco refusing to go down. And Mahomes finally gets it to him. First and 10. And Mahomes outside. And there's Worthy back in the game working on Travis Hunter. And that's good news if you're a Chiefs fan to see. Xavier Worthy is back and in and making plays. Second down and 4 after the Worthy completion. And here's Pacheco. In the backfield. Hunter out of the game. Chiefs at the Jags 40. They go to Pacheco. And he makes a cut. Isaiah Pacheco runs so violently. Just had his helmet taken off. But he picks up the first down. Under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter in Kansas City. Moving the football well. Pacheco bouncing around, makes a nice cut, gets the first down again, runs violently, loses the helmet. By the way, if you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Again, really helps out this channel. Pacheco doing his thing, though. And Mahomes throws a screen out to Brashard Smith, who got the first down. Great blocks. And Kansas City moving the football with ease here against this Jaguars defense. First and 10. Mahomes with an efficient 19 for 23. Has time. Going. End zone. And he overshot Tyquan Thornton there on the little slot fade. Second down and 10 coming up. Second down and 10 coming up. KC is at the Jags 16. Motioning a man across the formation, and Mahomes spinning around, trying to throw the screen. Mahomes has to make plays with his legs, and Mahomes falls forward close to that first down marker. He's going to be a few yards short, but still close enough. Play kind of broke down there. Jacksonville defended it well, but Mahomes still picks up 8 because he is just a playmaker type of guy. Third and 2. Kansas City trying to finish the drive off strong. Mahomes looking, pressure, fires down the middle. It's complete to Hollywood Brown for the first down. It's first and goal with 4 minutes to play in the third. First and goal. Mahomes handoff. Hunt up the middle. Jags stuff him at the line of scrimmage. Second and goal. Chiefs TDs on 43% of goal-to-go drives is the 4th worst in the NFL. Can they figure it out here, though? Second and goal. Mahomes over the middle. Intercepted! Intercepted! Devin Lloyd makes the man miss. Gets by Kareem Hunt. Devin Lloyd down the sideline. Can Thornton chase him? Touchdown, Jacksonville! Devin Lloyd! Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable! He completely ran out of gas, and he still managed to get a 99-yard interception touchdown. Unbelievable. I did not think that he was going to turn that into a touchdown at all. I thought maybe he'd get 30 or 40. That was an incredible return, incredible play, and just game-changing from Kansas City. Mahomes has played so well today. I want to see where it all went wrong here. As Jacksonville knocks the PAT through. That's about as big of a play as and big of a momentum shift as you'll see in a football game. Holy cow. Mahomes looking over the middle. D. Lloyd jumps in front of Smith-Schuster, takes Hunt's ankles out all the way to the end zone, and Kansas City trails by 7 in the blink of an eye after nearly being up 7. That's crazy. I still just cannot believe it. That's the momentum shift of the day, man. I mean, how does that even happen? Incredible, man. 21-14 Jag. Took a little food break there. Start of the fourth quarter coming up. Again, a wild and wacky game it's been. Jaguars trailed at one point by 14. They battled back, though. And I'm looking at this drive. So Mahomes hit Xavier Worthy for a big play, then hit Xavier Worthy again, but then a penalty on Kingsley Sumatia has Kansas City backed up 1st and 20. So, obviously, if you're Kansas City, that's not ideal to be in this position currently. Feel bad. Who could you, if someone needed a fantasy player to win them a game today, who has the most points in this matchup today? I'm confused. So, I'm assuming Mahomes probably has a decent amount. In my league, Mahomes has 20. That's good. If you need Mahomes to drop like 20. Who else? If you needed Travis Kelce to put up a good night, he's got like 12. That's not terrible. Jaguars. ETN's got like 7. Brian Thomas Jr. doesn't have that much. If you somehow, for some odd reason, are one of the very few, like, Trevor Lawrence is only rostered in 26% of leagues and starts probably in even less. There's just not a lot of guys in this league, in this game tonight, who are like regular fantasy starters. Mahomes, Worthy, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I bet Kelce starts in a bunch of leagues too because he's Kelce. And then I don't know how many people are still starting BTJ after how bad he's been this season. I mean, ETN has laid an egg tonight. So, Jaguars with the most takeaways in the league. They get the big one on Mahomes there. 1st and 19 for KC to start the fourth. Mahomes has time, launching it deep down the field and way overthrew Xavier Worthy. I mean, never even had a chance at that one. That was just a football that I don't even think, I mean, did Worthy even have a chance to reel this in at all? Like, it was so overthrown. I think it was also thrown really far left. So, Worthy's going against Travis Hunter. He kind of just runs right by him. Hunter grabs onto Worthy, though, in the middle of his route, which I think that's why Worthy kind of thought there might be a flag, as Hunter is limping off the field here. Might be cramping up. I hope it's just a cramp. Worthy kind of just went right by him there, but then he grabbed onto him. Play clock is down to 1 in Kansas City. Are they going to bite the bullet here? Now we got a flag for... delay a game, and they're just going to take the delay a game penalty. Yeah, Hunter's waving right there. He immediately needs to get off the field. Second down and 24. Mahomes. Good blocking. Going down the middle of the field. And it is knocked away by Brown. Third and 24. What does Mahomes have in his bag? 3-man rush. Mahomes. Time. Looking. And he'll take off. Mahomes has nowhere to go. Reaching for not even close to the first down. But he tried. Fourth down coming out. So, again, you get a holding penalty early in the drive. That pretty much kills it. Yeah, fourth down and long here. Kansas City's going to punt it away. Fourth and 10. Hunter's still on the sideline. Ariza will send this one away at around the 10-yard line. Fair caught at the 12. The Jags are going to get the football back here in a big spot. Huge opportunity for them. Try to extend the lead. Big moment. Can Trevor Lawrence make it happen? I don't know. Commercial breaks got me tripping. Yeah, this game did not start out well for the Jags. Again, that Trevor Lawrence fumble on the goal line at the 1. Kansas City then made it 14-0 after a 96-yard drive shortly after that. But the Jags have battled back and have currently scored 21 unanswered. Now they start with it at the 12. And pass complete to Munt. So a 7th round pick, Jonah Monheim, in at center right now for the Jags. Second and 7. Lawrence at the 14. And pressure coming. Lawrence stands in the pocket. And he may have just thrown an interception. Oh, that's a costly one. Lawrence looks very confused right now. That is a killer interception, though, in a game where the Jaguars, I mean, that's just the one thing you can't do. McDuffie comes up with the interception. And, I mean, if you're Trevor Lawrence, I mean, that's just the one thing you can't do is give the football to the Chiefs inside the red zone. And Lawrence, facing pressure from Karlaftis, throws it right to Trent McDuffie. Lawrence, again, stunned. That's just a killing interception in a game like this. And that's just how the Chiefs are able to win games. They make plays like that. And Lawrence may have gifted it to him, but yikes, that's bad. That is a bad, bad, bad interception from Trevor Lawrence. Oh, I can't believe he actually just threw that pig. Lawrence just seemed confused there. I mean, was there a PI on that play? I don't know. Wow. We'll start with the ball inside the red zone. So, Kansas City given a gift there by Trevor. We're going to watch this play back to see what Lawrence was mad about or what the confusion was. Was there a missed call? What's the deal? So, Washington was just supposed to be in that spot, and he wasn't. Now Mahomes rolls out next play, and he finds Travis Kelce on the rollout, and they're already in a goal to go. First down and goal. And I think Kansas City is about to tie this game in quick order as McDuffie gets the interception, and then again, Kansas City just immediately capitalizing. So Washington didn't beat him, didn't get to the spot. And so first down and goal, obviously Liam Cohen looks pretty frustrated. I mean, nothing you can do in that situation. So here's Mahomes. First down and goal for Kansas City. Will they punch it in here? Hunt up the middle and barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. And Kareem Hunt looks like he's going to tie the game. So interception, and 2 plays later, touchdown. Kansas City. We got ourselves a very interesting Monday Night Football matchup. So just as Mahomes threw the back-breaking pick six to Lloyd, Trevor Lawrence gave it right back with his own back-breaking interception. And right here, blocks the line well for Hunt. He breaks the tackle from the safety, or at least is able to run through the tackle from Murray in the second level. And now Bucker PAT can tie this up, and it will be right down the middle. So Kansas City ties it up, and Jacksonville, vibes were high there for a little bit in Duval, but the Chiefs snapped the Jaguars' 21 unanswered points streak, and 12:20 to go. Jaguars and Chiefs tied up at 21. So, upon some further review, man, the Jags may have gotten hosed, and I understand why Lawrence was mad. There was some pass interference on Parker Washington that was not called, which led to that interception. So, I understand Trevor's frustration. 1st and 10 for the 41. ETN going to get a carry, and he'll get a few there. So that's definitely another just call that goes Kansas City's way. So see if they make something up here to Jacksonville over the next few plays. But 2nd down and 5 coming up after the ETN run. 11:50 to go in the 4th quarter. Jaguars and Chiefs tied at 21. Both quarterbacks making back-breaking interceptions, although one with a little different circumstances than others. Again, am I going to see Brian Thomas Jr. touch the football again today? 2nd and 5. ETN makes a cut inside, picks up about 3, and he'll bring up a 3rd and short. Again, it's like, where's BTJ? Why is he not getting the football? Oh, man. I'm so glad I didn't draft. I wanted to draft BTJ in multiple leagues, and I'm grateful that I didn't do it. I'm really, really grateful that I didn't do it. And, he had such a good season. He was so dominant last year, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I didn't draft the guy. 3rd and 2. Washington in motion. Lawrence stepping up. Gonna run. Lawrence, 1st down, Jacksonville. Again, that's been one of the things I've really liked about Trevor Lawrence's game tonight is his ability to step up in the pocket and take off. As now they're showing Travis Hunter right now some of the plays he's made tonight at wide receiver. Again, that great shiftiness in the open field. And then this broken play that he makes an amazing catch on. Showing off the ball skills. Then he made a great play at corner earlier in the day against Kelsey. May have been PI, not sure. As 1st and 10, ETN gets the carry, makes a cut, and he'll get a few yards with that one. Flag is down, though. So we've really seen it all from Hunter today. He's made some good plays at corner. Again, showed off the shiftiness on the open field. Showed off the ball skills on the deep ball. He has really done it all tonight. As Jacksonville, ooh, that's big. Holding on the Chiefs' defensive line. Derek Nunati getting called for holding there. Again, you don't see defensive holding on the defensive line quite as often, but there you go. Chiefs get called for it, and now Jacksonville with a new set of downs. Chris Jones out of the game here. We'll see if they run it up the middle with him out of the game. Here is Lawrence, 1st and 10, has time. Down the middle, firing into tight coverage, incomplete. Brian Thomas Jr., the intended target, going against Trent McDuffie. So maybe that's why BTJ hasn't had the greatest of games. Is maybe it's more about how good Trent McDuffie is. He is a superstar corner. Right here, BTJ this doesn't really get any sort of separation on McDuffie. Maybe a little bit. There was a window there. Honestly, Brian Thomas Jr. probably should have hauled that one in. Again, he didn't exactly get the greatest of separation against McDuffie, who's been 1st team and 2nd team All-Pro the last couple years. But, there was a window to throw that football, and Trevor Lawrence got it in there. As Lawrence fakes the pass to Hunter, and the screen to ETN is completely blown up by Drew Tranquill. So, the play design there from Cohen, faking the screen out to Hunter, and then throwing it out to ETN, and it didn't work out whatsoever. 3rd and 13 for the Jags here. Hunter's in motion here. Again, I like the misdirection's good, but Drew Tranquill doesn't fall for anything. They don't get their blockers out there either. No one blocks Drew Tranquill, who just runs out and gets ETN. Guy never stood a chance. So, now 3rd and 13 at the Kansas City 42-yard line. Lawrence 5-man coming, and he throws underneath. Hunter makes the catch, stopping Hunter, trying to make a magic play, and it'll be tackled from behind. 4th down and medium coming up. They're in field goal range for Little, and we'll see what Cohen decides to do. It looks like Lawrence and the offense are coming off the field. I don't hate the idea here of a little drag to Hunter, trying to make people miss. Again, had a long way to go, showing off again the elusiveness there. Got him 7, makes it a 4th and 5, and now Cam Little to try to give Jacksonville the lead from 52. Here we go. Little's kick on the way, and it is good. The leg of Little is massive, and with 8 minutes to go in the football game, it's Kansas City trailing by 3. Little knocking it through. Nice kick. Good drive there from Jacksonville. Kind of stalled out again. Couple plays. That screen pass really put them behind the 8 ball, and now their defense has got to make a play. Got to make a play. Got to get a stop. Which they've actually done a lot better of a job when they haven't had to stop Jacksonville from inside the 20. So, we shall see what happens here. Here we go. 8 minutes to play. Chiefs are going to return this. Brashard Smith taken down to 30. Flag is down. Kansas City record in 1-score games. 11-0 last season. Again, the Chiefs won all those crazy 1-score games a year ago. Now this year, they're 0-2 so far in these 1-loss games. I'm so stupid. 1-score games. They've really struggled in these critical situations early on in 2025. And now a personal foul on Nico Remigio. And the Chiefs, again, a big undisciplined play right there, is going to back them up significantly. As Remigio here, what's he do? I guess it's illegal to come up and double team on that. And so, bad special teams miscue has pinned the Chiefs deep. Deep, deep, deep. What can Mahomes do, though? They're down inside their own 15. 1st and 10. motioning a tight end. Mahomes, handoff, Pacheco running, and he'll get a few yards there before being tackled. Second down and 6. Murray. Yeah, Murray did a nice job coming downhill. Laid a nice hit there on Pacheco. Second down and 9. And Mahomes looking, gonna take off. Look at Mahomes. He's got time, and he'll run out of bounds to about the 35, close to it. And Kansas City's drive is officially on the move. As Mahomes motion Pacheco out, it becomes an empty set, fakes the pass out, and then boom, Mahomes is just going to turn upfield. And Worthy was trying to go deep there, but Mahomes again just smartly takes that run. 1st and 10. Bad pick 6 for Pat today, but he's honestly had a good day. And he's the Chiefs' leading rusher on the season, which is crazy to think about. 6.5 to play. Mahomes, so much time. Pointing, throwing, and he's got a man. Smith-Schuster going to be just a bit short of the first down, I believe. And now the clock continues to tick. Are the Chiefs going to try and make this the final drive? I'm not sure. 6 minutes to play, though. Mahomes, 2nd and 1. Handoff, Pacheco wrapped up. I think he's going to fall forward and pick up the first down, though. So, look at that Chiefs wide receiver core. Look at all that speed. 3 4-2s in that receiver room. Obviously, Worthy, the record holder. And then Hollywood Brown with legit 4-2 speed. Tyquan Thornton. These receivers can really run fast. Big play threats all day. 1st and 10. Chiefs getting close to midfield. They're at the 43. Mahomes fakes it to Pacheco. Fakes the shovel. Mahomes is now just going to check it down to Pacheco out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled around midfield. Oluokun was over there. And now 2nd down coming up. 2nd and short. Under 5 to play here in this one. It's Kansas City slowly marching down the field to try and tie or win it here in Jacksonville. So Mahomes had a lot of time here. Jacksonville only really sent 3. Dropped a lot of guys back into coverage. Pat just checked it down there to Pacheco, and now Kansas City's at their own 49, 2nd and 4. Hunt coming back into the backfield. 2nd and 4. Mahomes looking to scramble under pressure, and he stays on his feet somehow, some way, and he's going to be maybe short of the first down. Maybe he picked it up. He was really close. Unbelievable play by Mahomes, though, to somehow escape the sack. He was really slippery on that one. Thought the Jags had him dead to right here. Steps up. Josh Allen's got him. A defensive tackle. There's Smith. He pretty much has him. And Pat stays on his feet, keeps his balance. And he's able to scramble out of there and turn that into a positive gain. And they're going to give him the first down spot, too. So, obviously, on the sideline, some frustration there from the Jaguars' defensive lineman. 1st and 10. And he'll just hand it off to Kareem Hunt. Makes a cut. Hunt hurdles a man. And he's going to get to the Jacksonville 40. Chiefs milking the clock. 3.5 to play. So Hunt got through that hole, and then hurdle was Murray, who went low there on the ankles. Honestly, a really smart hurdle because, yeah, Murray went straight low there on that. Easy hurdle for Hunt. Then Wingard came up, tried to lay a boom. Hunt's a big physical back these days, though. 2nd and 4. About 3 minutes to play. Chiefs are at the Jacksonville 40. They're taking all the clock. Mahomes. Time. Throwing. Down the middle. Kelsey. The good old Mahomes to Kelsey connection. It may not be what it was 3 or 4 years ago, but it's still all reliable. 1st and 10, Kansas City. They're marching efficiently down this field, taking the time with them. Kelsey just finds a soft spot in the defense, picking up a big gain. And again, Kelsey may not be what he used to be, but at the end of the day, he's still a reliable target. Over 8 minutes were left in this football game when the Chiefs drive started. They've milked it down to almost a 2-minute warning already. They're inside the 30. And they'll throw the screen. Mahomes to Smith. And Brashard Smith gets a solid gain that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. What a drive here from Kansas City. A lot of efficient play from Mahomes. Great blocking by the offensive line. Can Kansas City get the win? Or will the Jags be able to hold on? Or maybe overtime. We'll see. I can't believe it, dude. Like, Mahomes actually has just been so good on this final drive. So methodical. Easy throws. Here we go. Two-minute warning. Can Jacksonville's defense step up in the critical moments of this game? Or will Kansas City keep the drive going and punch it in for 6? 2nd and 5. 9 plays, 62-yard drive, over 6 minutes of time off the clock. Mahomes motions Worthy inside. Snap. Mahomes looking, scrambling, throwing down the field. Oh, did Hollywood Brown get the feed in? I think he did. 1st and goal, Kansas City. Mahomes, unbelievable throw. And if Brown did get his feet in, which he did with possession, Kansas City will be set up inside or around the 5-yard line. They're going to review this. This should probably take only a few seconds because this was a pretty clear and obvious catch. Possession, both feet down. That's a first. At about the 5-yard line. What a play by Mahomes, man. Just a great throw. First and goal. Kansas City trying to win this football game and get above 500. Jacksonville looking to keep pace with their division rival Colts and secure a massive Monday night win. First and goal. Man in motion. Mahomes to Hunt. Up the middle. Can he get in? He'll be about a yard short. First and goal. Now second and goal. And a minute 45 to go. Timeout called. That was Jalen Royals. Jaguars will take their first timeout. So, I think Kansas City is going to score. I'd bet quite a lot on Kansas City scoring here. Who's going to get the touchdown? Will it be Hunt up the middle? I think that'd be his third of the day. Will it be a Mahomes scramble? Do they get Worthy a touchdown? Kelsey? I mean, really, I have no idea who's going to get the touchdown. I'm just quite confident that Kansas City will score a touchdown. I think this is probably a game where Kansas City will eventually turn the season around completely. Again, they're looking a lot better, but I think this is where they really do turn it around, finally getting that one-score win. But I could be wrong. But what a drive regardless from Mahomes in the offense. 11 plays, 84 yards. Second and goal. And a handoff. It's Hunt. And it's a touchdown. Kareem Hunt does it again. Kansas City on top with 1:45 to play. Hunt's third of the day. Or am I tripping? That is second of the day. Okay, that's his second of the day. I'm dumb. Butker's PAT is good, and Kansas City leads 28-24. And now it'll be the pressure on Trevor Lawrence and the Jags offense with 2 timeouts left. Wow. It's Hunt's second of the day. Second touchdown of the day for Kareem Hunt. The goal line back. So Trevor Lawrence led a game-winning drive earlier this season against the Houston Texans. And now he's going to have to try to lead another big one here at the end of this game. Let me check this out. So, how many carries does Pacheco have tonight? I feel like he's ran it well. But Mahomes is still the leading rusher today. Pacheco only has 36 yards. All right. So the Chiefs had won 17 one-score games in a row before their 0-2 one-score games record this year. Not many teams are better in one-score games than Kansas City. That's a pretty bad miscue, though, by Harrison Butker to kick the ball out of bounds, which means the Jags are going to get this at about the 40, I think at the 40-yard line. And now that makes this a much more manageable drive. So, Butker's done a nice job with the pooch kick today. Obviously, special teams coordinator for Kansas City is probably really mad. And here we go. Jaguars offense, which has started to find life today in the passing game. And Lawrence has a chance here to make something huge happen. First and 10 from the 40. 2 timeouts, minute 45. Hunter and BTJ. Hunter in motion. To the right side. Lawrence looking. Karlaftis bull rushes in. Lawrence trying to escape. He gets out of the pocket, and Lawrence is just going to take off and run. And he'll get about 5 yards there. So, a lot of pocket mobility there from Trevor Lawrence and maneuvering around what was a collapsing pocket. I'll give him credit for getting out of there because he was in no man's land for a second there. Second down and 4 now after getting across the 45. Lawrence settling down. You got BTJ on the near side, Travis Hunter on the far side. Here's Lawrence. Karlaftis getting pressure. So is Jones. Lawrence trying to run, and he's going to be sacked for a loss about 3. I don't know why Trevor didn't just throw the ball away. Timeout taken by Jacksonville. I just don't. Why did he not throw the ball away? Don't get me wrong. Great job by the Chiefs defensive line. They are wrecking havoc on this final drive. But I feel like he had a chance to throw the ball away. He was out of the pocket. Chris Jones gets through, though. Karlaftis was the one who cleaned it up. But it's like you had an opportunity to throw this football away. I don't think Lawrence was ever going to have a chance to juke out Karlaftis and get too far upfield. I feel like he should have thrown the ball away, saved the timeout, saved the yardage. Now it's a 3rd down and 7. A minute 01 to go, and now you only have 1 timeout. And remember, 4-point game, you got to get in the end zone. So, oh man, I feel like that was a bad miscue there by Trevor. But 3rd and 7. Now they're back at around the 42.5. Johnny Munt in motion, the backup tight end. Lawrence takes the snap. Chiefs send some pressure. Bolden coming around. Lawrence going deep down the field. Oh, he dropped it in a bucket to BTJ. There's that number 1 overall pick pedigree from Trevor Lawrence. Pressure in his face, and he just dropped a beauty. Couldn't have been placed better football to Brian Thomas Jr. right over the hand of Jalen Watson. I mean, this is just about as good of a throw as you'll see in the National Football League. Down the sideline, tight window between corner and safety. And Lawrence gets him inside the 25. 54 seconds to go. Lawrence, snap. Has time. Throwing left side, completed. Dyami Brown making the catch, and the Jaguars are officially inside the red zone. Want to watch this play again here. Dyami Brown, Brian Thomas Jr. stacked up. Brown, a little bit of a sloppy route, but Jalen Watson, who's having a tough drive here, just getting dotted up. Trevor Lawrence, a beautiful pass once again. This is definitely one of the best drives I've ever seen from T-Law. Not like I've watched a whole lot of them, but still. This has been a great drive. Surgical. Got to finish it off strong, though. Jacksonville at the 12. Lawrence takes a snap. And pressure. Got to get rid of it in the end zone. Incomplete. Maybe a little short. Dyami Brown, the intended target. There was dangerous blindside pressure. Lawrence got rid of it and got it to Brown. Incomplete. But at the very least, he got it there. Because that could have been really, really bad. This ball was floated up there, and there was some decent contact there between Brown and McDuffie. But overall, I think they're just going to let him play. He did kind of hook him right there, but yeah, there was a lot of contact. 2nd and 10. Jaguars spread it out 5 wide. Lawrence has BTJ and Hunter on the left. And, oh my goodness. How do you not get that snap off? How do you get called for delay a game in that situation? How? You just had an incomplete pass. How do you not get the play off? Lawrence never looked. That's just awful awareness by Trevor Lawrence. Man, I see what the problem is with this guy. The arm talent is still there. The athleticism is there. He just makes so many mental awareness mistakes. 2nd and 15. Play clock winding down again. He gets the snap off. They're going to throw the screen to Brown. Kansas City all over it. Brown made a couple moves to get out of there. And with 38 seconds left, I think Jacksonville is going to call their final timeout. Man, that 5-yard penalty is just so costly when every yard counts, every yard matters. I mean, what a terrible mistake. Again, yeah, Lawrence, he's a good quarterback at times. He makes a lot of good throws. He has so much arm talent. It's just that the mind-boggling mistakes like that. I mean, how in the world do you get called for a freaking delay a game in that situation after an incomplete pass? I don't get it. Oh, it's so bad. 3rd and 13. They're inside the 15. Essentially, it's a goal to go. 3rd and 13. Chiefs sending pressure. Picked up. Lawrence going. End zone! And it's intercepted, but a flag is flying in. Brian Cook has a pick. But unfortunately for Kansas City, this is going to be a 1st down and goal for Jacksonville. And this will most likely be a game-changing penalty, and it is. Pass interference on the Chiefs. Brian Thomas Jr., the intended target. And the problem with this play is, I don't know, man. That's tough. The problem is he runs into the receiver, and BTJ still had a chance to catch the ball. But when you don't look at the ball, when you don't look back at the ball, it makes it too easy. 1st and goal from the 1. Hunter in motion. Lawrence stumbles. He's still up though. Lawrence scrambling. Oh, he's in. Touchdown Jaguars. Could it have been more chaotic? He tripped. He fell. Flag is down. Oh my goodness. It could not have been a more chaotic play. Lawrence tripped and fell on the ground, got back up and ran it in for the touchdown. What a great Monday Night Football game. Little's PAT is good. The PI of the day. Okay, so my call wasn't exactly correct. Lawrence didn't stumble. He flat out tripped and fell. I think he tripped over his own lineman's foot and fell on the ground. Got back up, rolled out to his left, broke a tackle, and got in. I mean, how? It's been one of those crazy games. I love a good football game like that, though. What an ending this has been. I got to give Trevor credit for not panicking and not giving up on the play. Got back up, ran it in, and now the Chiefs only have only have 23 seconds. They do have 3 timeouts. Butker does have a good leg. So this will be interesting. The game is not over yet, but holy cow, what a swing of things. A couple plays ago, the Chiefs had an interception to win the game. They call pass interference in the end zone, and now Jacksonville leads. And the return from Rashard Brown, not a bad one, but now there's only 17 seconds left. Flag is down, though. This might be, man. To be honest, though, again, the thing is with the Chiefs is they did get the call earlier in the game on the PI. They didn't have the PI called earlier in the game on the the Jaguars' interception. So I think it worked out in the end. It evened out. 1st and 10, and with 16 seconds left, Kansas City, after the holding call and the kickoff, is now backed up at their own 17-yard line. Does Mahomes have a miracle in him? Jacksonville rushes 3. Mahomes going deep, down the middle, and it's nearly intercepted, knocked down by Murray. 2nd down and 10. And at this point, I think Kansas City's just got to put up a prayer because, I mean, that holding call on the kickoff is really just a killer. I mean, again, they can't even use their timeouts here. Mahomes took a big hit here. He went down the field, and Murray goes for the swat right there. And I think Kansas City is in a tough spot. I mean, there's really not much they can do here. I mean, this is a really tough spot to be in. 10 seconds left on the clock. The 3 timeouts are probably going home. Mahomes, down the middle, incomplete. Brown wasn't ever looking for the football. 3rd and 10, 7 seconds left. So Mahomes going down the middle, and again, Brown doesn't ever see it until it practically it hits him in the shoulder. That's when you looked at the ball. So 3rd and 10, again, Kansas City, they've done it before, but this just seems like an impossible situation. But then again, if anybody can overcome the impossible, it's Patrick Mahomes. 3rd and 10. Mahomes will check it down to Kelsey. He'll get the 1st down. Timeout with about 2 seconds left. First and 10. 3 seconds to play for Kansas City. And Mahomes is going to call a timeout. Yeah, that's weird. Well, that was a dummy move. So Kansas City just tried to call back-to-back timeouts, which is something that you cannot do. So they get a 5-yard penalty just to make this a little more impossible. Yeah, you can't call back-to-back timeouts. That is a rule. So what a weird decision. And now it's 1st and 15. Now it's pretty much just, I don't even think this is Hail Mary range at this point, even for a guy like Mahomes. This is definitely just a hook and ladder type of situation. Jaguars drop everybody back. 1st and 15. Mahomes gonna launch it as far as his arm can take him down the field. Even if it's caught, it's over. And that's it. Jacksonville with a statement win on Monday Night Football to stay tied for 1st place in the South as they take down the Chiefs. The Chiefs now fall to 0-3 in one-score games, and Jacksonville, who at one point was down 14-0 and then 28-24 late in the game under 2 minutes left, battles back and wins a massive Monday Night Football game. Jags finally snapped their losing streak against the Chiefs. And that's it. Kansas City will fall to under 500 once again. Mahomes played a good game tonight. So, if y'all enjoyed the live stream, man, be sure to click the subscribe button And again, I appreciate you guys for listening to the live stream. What a great Monday Night Football game. Anyways, thank y'all for listening, man. Be sure to click the sub button, subscribe to be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good night. Congratulations to the Jags, big win. Maybe Liam Cohen's finally turning things around in Jacksonville. Maybe he's unlocking a new Trevor Lawrence. I'd still like to see them get Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter the ball more, which that throw by Lawrence to Thomas Jr. See, that's the thing. Lawrence should be better with the mental awareness and the mistakes, the mentalist mistakes. But man, the arm talent is still there for the guy. And I think that's why Jacksonville fans have probably been so frustrated. Because, I mean, he really does have so much talent. That throw to Brian Thomas Jr., there's not that many quarterbacks in the NFL that are making that throw. That was a perfect throw. Lawrence has the talent, but again, we'll see if he can keep it up. Because, yeah, this Jaguars team is... They got a good run game. The defense isn't too terrible this year, looking a lot better. Not today, really, but their defense is pretty solid. Maybe Jacksonville can make some things happen again. Huge win tonight against the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Jaguars improved to 4-1 on the season. Chiefs fall to 2-3. They got to figure some things out. That defense clearly not as good as it's been in previous seasons. So, anyways, hope you guys all have a great Monday night, a great rest of your week. I'll catch y'all for the next live stream, whenever that is. Maybe Thursday night. Maybe. Whatever. Whenever it is, though, I will see y'all then. Have a great night. Be sure to sub. Catch you on the next one.